Hi, good morning, and let's bring you some news this morning. First in our story, no fears of cyber attack on election days as 95% of our process remain manual. Words of Dr. Bosman Asari, Deputy Commissioner of the Electoral Commission in charge of operations, while acknowledging the role of technology in the December elections. Dr. Asari downplayed concerns about cyber threats that might compromise election outcomes, emphasizing that majority of key procedures, including voting and collation of results, are manually done. Speaking at Joy News National Dialogue on Cybersecurity Threats and their potential impact on the 2024 elections, he assured the public that even though 95% of the process is manual, the Electoral Commission is putting systems in place to safeguard against any potential cyber attacks.
In elections, now technology plays a very central role in the elections. But elections are a process. We have the registration. In Ghana, we have the registration, the three main areas, the registration, the exhibition, and the elections proper. And we've done the registration, we've done the exhibition, we've done it, and we are having a second part of the exhibition. But when it comes to technology, technology plays a more significant role in terms of the registration.
Right.
And to some extent, the exhibition. But on the elections, beyond the registration and the exhibition, the rest of the things we do are about 95% manual. And usually when you have over 95% being manual, I don't see how the 5% can be so significant to the extent that it can overturn the 95. And that's the angle we look at it. And I was making that point because, printing of ballots is not, although some technology is embedded in it, it's not the type you are going to say somebody is going to hack into it to make it impossible for you to print. And on the elections day proper.
But what they could do is maybe turn your light off so that then you can't print.
That's what I'm saying.
They could hack some of your critical infrastructure and then you can't print.
As a commission, we've taken all this into consideration, and there are contingency measures in place. Now, I was going to highlight on elections day proper. Our voting is purely manual. Okay. Our voting is largely a manual process. The counting is purely manual. The collation at the constituency level, at the regional level, at the national level, all of them are manual. And we know the media, usually when we are doing these manual processes, the media will also be available. So as we are addressing some of the impact technology this hacking can have on our processes, we are also mindful that a chunk of our processes are manual. And as I indicated, the registration, because we have a database where we keep the data, critically, technology is very, very important. And we recognizing that it's an area that can be affected, we've put the necessary measures in place.
Now, despite these assurances, Seshidodu Ato of the Cybersecurity Authority revealed that the CSA is working closely with the Electoral Commission, continuously monitoring its system to ensure they remain robust before, during, and after the elections.
As an authority, one of the mandates we have involves the compliance monitoring of key, shall we say, key sectors, right? So in this exercise where we are concerned about elections, we are collaborating with them to do the checks in the environment. Now, the thing you have to keep in mind is that cybersecurity is not an end, it's a process. You can't do it and say, oh, I checked last week, everything is fine, and therefore all fine and dandy, we can go ahead. You need to keep your processes up to date. You need to be checking some of the exercises. You need to test if something happens, what will we do? Are my processes ready? Do my people know what to do if a certain scenario comes up? So you need to keep doing that. That's some of the things we are doing with them. So even though there's assurance that, look, we are certain that we are okay, we are not going to just relax and say, oh, it's fine. They said they are fine. We are going to keep working with them to make sure that right up until to the event itself and afterwards, we are constantly engaging, helping them to do their checks, validating their processes, validating their systems, looking out, even monitoring. So monitoring is one of the key things, making sure that if there are attempts happening, we are getting the right resources to respond to make sure that we are not taken by surprise. So it's an ongoing thing. We can't say it's done. We have to keep working, keep monitoring, and keep collaborating.
Now, still on cybersecurity, project officer for the Youth Bridge Foundation, Solomon Dodu Ato, highlighted the foundation's youth-focused campaign aimed at strengthening cybersecurity awareness. He revealed that the initiative has been designed to reduce young people's vulnerability to cyber threats ahead and during the 2024 elections.
With the Youth Tech Bridge, that is the technology hub for Youth Bridge Foundation.
Right.
So I'm a member of that team.
Okay.
Now, basically, at Youth Bridge Foundation, I remember I said that we bridge gaps for positive youth development. We are in all for youth advocacy, things that concern the youth. Now, elections concern the youth a great deal. As a team, as in Youth Tech Bridge, we have started a cybersecurity awareness campaign where we share on our social media platforms engaging content, information about how to secure your devices, how to protect yourself, what to look out for. I remember the cybersecurity authority expert mentioned something about phishing and all that. We have highlighted all these things. So phishing, how to protect yourself, social media, fraudsters, all those things. The youth is susceptible to all these challenges. And we believe that to bring the conversation to the fore, where the youth are made aware of these things, it's very paramount. So at Youth Tech Bridge and Youth Bridge Foundation, we drive and we move this conversation to them such that they are not susceptible to these attacks.
Okay.
We ensure that they are right on their toes, they know in their networks, their connections, the Wi-Fi things, you know. As the youth, we are all about social media and all that. We try to participate in everything, not verifying information and all that. We want to be the first to push out information. But how sure are you that the information you are putting out there doesn't have adverse effect? So we push this conversation out to the public, to the youth, and everyone who has access to our platforms to ensure that they know and they are aware of these things.
Moving away from that story, the minority in Parliament say they are surprised government is still trying to sneak through some bills seeking to merge the VRA and Bui Power Authority. Government tried and failed to lay the bill during an emergency sitting of the House following minority's opposition. VRA senior staffs have also since kicked against the decision. Minister of State at the Energy Ministry, Herbert Krapa, told the VRA senior staff government will not go ahead with the plans. But minority spokesperson on energy, John Jinapor, raised his side's suspicion on the floor, demanding clarity.
Several bills in respect of the energy sector. Critical among them is the proposal to merge Bui Power and the VRA. Mr. Speaker, following our clear stance that we will not support this, the minister responsible for energy, Minister Herbert Krapa, revealed on the 4th of October, that was Thursday, after meeting VRA staff, that government had taken a decision to withdraw these bills. And so what surprises me is that today, despite government's assurance that these bills will be withdrawn, we are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bills, and 5 out of them has to do with the energy sector related issues. So I thought that the majority leader would have stood down these bills, having regard to government assuring that they will no longer proceed with them, because the Speaker, we've stated explicitly, without any equivocation, that we will not support these bills. And so my majority leader, you may want to clear the air as to whether indeed the minister's statement stands or you intend proceeding with these bills. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
But explaining the situation, Majority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin admitted that the minister had indicated the bills would not be pushed through, but said the minister must come to Parliament formally to withdraw them.
Particularly raised by my respected colleague John Jinapor. Yes, it is true. I am aware of the statement by Honourable Krapa to the effect that these bills are to be withdrawn. But as you know, this is a house of rules and procedure. Once we are in possession of a document, it becomes our property, and we are to proceed on them. These are indicative. They are not, cast in stone. So until he comes formally to withdraw, they remain in our records. So be assured, I want to lend support to that if he comes to withdraw it formally, so be it. But he's giving an indication that that's the position.
Now, still in Parliament, former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Mike Ocquaye, has cautioned that without an official complaint from the political parties and a fair hearing, declaring the 4 seats of MPs who have chosen to contest the 2024 parliamentary election as independent candidates vacant will be illegal. On Thursday, the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, will deliver a ruling on a motion moved by the MP for Tamale South, Haruna Idusi, to have 3 NPP MPs and NDC seats declared vacant. Now, Professor Aaron Michael Ocquaye spoke to my colleague Elton Brobe in an exclusive interview.
The benefit is not his. The law does not stand to his annulment. That's why I talk about husband and a wife.
Meaning he has no locus in
he has
this
no
matter
locus
because he doesn't belong to the MPP?
Because he doesn't belong to the party involved. Is it you who should say there's a problem in my house? You say there's a problem, I have a problem with my wife. And I'm saying I have no problem with my wife. What are you talking about? Because see, problems can arise in political parties. But they can talk and they can resolve them. It's not everything that comes within the political party that comes out. There may be trouble somewhere. We can talk about it. So it is the MPP that can trigger
the removal of these
removal of their own
MP.
Yes.
So for to put it in proper context, if Haruna Idusu wants something done, he can only do so as it relates to the only NDC member who is also, express his desire to contest an independent.
That is so.
But he cannot force the speaker
to
declare the seats belonging to the MPP MPs vacant. This can only be triggered by the MPP as a political party.
By the MPP. And that's why I've given you the background of that legal provision. It is to correct a certain mischief that can be operated against political parties. It's not a matter of debate at all on the floor of the House. In fact, if you bring debate, you create a big problem. Because now you can always use a majority in Parliament to provoke a debate, and then they will start sacking the minority people. Is that not so?
Yes.
Because if you bring it as a debate and as a vote, then if you say aye, and the ayes are more than the nay, then the motion has been carried, and that person must be sacked from Parliament. What are you talking about?
Now, leading member of the Movement for Change, Hobson Adoye, has called the bluff of NPP's chances in the 7th December elections, saying his former party will come third behind NDC flag bearer John Mahama and independent candidate Alan Chemanti. My colleague Kenneth Jesse has more.
Well, the Movement for Change has kick-started its Greater Accra regional leg of its campaign, and all morning they've been touring parts of Accra, and now they are in Ashaiman, selling their message of hope, which they say Alan Chemanti will deliver to them. And according to them, Ghanaians are yearning for change.
You can testify to the fact that anywhere we went, you see that how people were cheering us up and all that. Everybody is yearning for change. And it's not that they are pretending. You can see from their faces that, yes, really, Ghanaians want change. So we are happy about the response so far. Always maintain my position that this election, 7 December, is between Alan Chemanti and John Mahama. MPP will be third in these elections. Nobody is going to get a straightforward win. There's going to be a runoff. And I know John Mahama will be ahead of us. Alan will be second. Bawumia will be third. Then in the runoff between Mahama and Alan Chemanti, Alan is going to carry the day.
I am quite overwhelmed, especially because I have to admit the advanced organization that we did was not quite up to it. But the response is so natural, it's so organic. And I'm telling myself that it is true that majority of Ghanaians are saying we're simply tired of MPP and NDC. I mean, you can feel the desire for change. It's all over the place. Time that truly Alan's message that Ghana needs a great transformation is sinking.
While key members of the movement are here in the Greater Accra region, the man himself, Alan Kyerematen, is also in the Ashanti region campaigning for votes. They have expressed time and again that they are hopeful that Alan Kyerematen will emerge victorious come December 7th. From a shy man in the Greater Accra region, my name is Kenneth Jesse for Joy News.
Now, with only 51 days remaining until this year's presidential and parliamentary elections, the demand for good road, improved healthcare, and functional harbour and job creation remains a top priority for the constituents of Keta constituency. In this edition of Constituency Learns, Carlos Kaloni takes us on a journey to the shores of Keta, its street and bustling market, offering insight into the concerns of the hearts of voters. Here are some excerpts.
For me to vote this year, 2024, I have 3 issues that I want the government to address for me, or any political party coming for their manifesto. I want to see that reflects in their manifesto. The first one is premise. It's been long we have premise here, and then when our fisher force goes to fish, the price of fish becomes high because what they use, the petrol they use, is very expensive.
I want us to see through their manifesto that they have good idea for we the youth. Because we the youth, we cannot vote, and at the end of the day or at the end of the year, we are not seeing anything from them.
It's a rainy Friday here in the Keta market, and I'm standing in the middle of the Olin Road that leads to the market.
Before this year's election, I want to see the roads in Keta constructed to at least a standard, because the roads has been like this for a very long time. And you see, today it rained. It wasn't even a heavy rain, but look at the roads. The sea defense too has been a problem. Because if you ask me to show you where I grew up in Keta, I wouldn't be able to, because the sea has swept it away.
Firstly, I would say the lagoon, which is one of our major fishing rights, it needs a drainage. They need to dredge it in a way so that they can be much fish that we can. As the sea is not giving us enough, so we can be able to go to the lagoon, also catch some things, and also make our.
Before I vote 2024 election, if they bring their manifesto, I'll go through. But what I need is good road. Right from time, I'm having a bad road in Keta Central. And then the market, they have to change the market. And then the sea defense project. And the health, that's all I need.
Well, here in the Keta constituency, one of the key concerns of constituents in this constituency has to do with health. Many of them have issues with eyesight, and they expect the aspirants to come and address this particular concern for them as they go into the 2024 general election. Right here in the Keta constituency, hundreds of constituents have health issues when it comes to sight, and those you can see here are people who are undergoing surgeries here at the Keta Government Hospital. Come closer to me. What's your name?
I'm Eunice Aram Henyu.
Okay, so why are you here?
I'm here for an eye surgery.
What exactly is wrong with your eye?
I've been told it's pterygium.
My key issue for me to vote this 2024, number one is the health.
So I'm feeling that we should be giving more education on the eye issue, because it's a general thing that is not only affecting this community, but it's a global, let me say, it's a national issue that need to be addressed.
Now, it was all an Ashanti school clash in the preliminary stage of the 2024 NSMQ and KNUST SHS brought the heat. Adventist SHS Bantama and Sewanya girls Senior High School couldn't keep up as KNUST SHS flexed their smart and secured a smooth ride to the 1/8 stage. My colleague Jacqueline Ansamayabwa has more.
Just finished with the last contest for the day with KNUST surprisingly winning. In fact, it was SDA, that is Adventist Senior High School, leading. But in the last round of the contest, KNUST Senior High School took over because the scores at a point were a bit close. But then I'm here with students from SDA Senior High School. I spoke to them earlier. Now, how are you feeling?
We are not so much. I'm not so much disappointed. You have done so well. Yes, you have really done so well. It was a tough contest though, but next year we are hoping to come back stronger. Yes. So I'm good. I'm good.
Are you sure you're okay?
Oh yes, I'm okay.
Okay. Now, before I come to you, how are you also feeling now?
Okay, I'm feeling normal, but at least we are giving them tough contests. So we are hoping that next year we come back better than this year.
You were tipping Sewanyako. You were supporting them, but then it didn't turn out that way. They were actually the last in this contest, and they had 19 points as against KNUST Senior High School that had 40 points. What do you have to say about this?
What I would like to say is we've done well, and maybe we all pray to God that we want to win. So all that in because one have to win. So maybe today is not our day. So we are hoping that God will give us more wisdom so that next time we will even do better than whatever we did. Yeah, we are hoping for the best next time. We can do better. Our guys are good. We are not good, we are good. Even if we are to go for next contest, we could have done better than this. Because KNUST, they were guys, but women too, we can do better. Yeah, we can do better. So we did well.
Oh, we are fine. We are fine. No discouragement. We know that next year we are going to come back bigger and better. So no discouragement. We are not okay with what has just happened, but we trust no God that next year going to do something better, something bigger.
Now, what about you? Are you perturbed about your scores today?
Although we were expecting greater marks than this one, and we didn't have it, but we are not discouraged at all. There's a saying that experience is the best teacher.
They are first timers. This is their very first national contest, and they are leaving here with 19 points as against 40 points from the winning school, that is KNUST Senior High School. And I'm here with KNUST Senior High School, the winners for the last contest today at SGS. KNUST Senior High School, how are you? I'm not feeling the vibe. I'm not. Why are you? Are you not happy that you won?
So far we are okay. A little tense because of one nearly befell us, but we are okay. Okay.
Yeah, because it was very shocking at a point. But then let me kindly join me here. Let me speak to you. At a point, we all realized that Adventist Senior High School was leading the contest. Then quickly it switched. How did you feel at that moment?
Hey, easy. That moment I was like, I don't even know what to see. Like I stood up and then, the feeling like the last moment, and then they had already captured me in a video saying we will win and stuff. So, the feeling like I was there.
Yeah, you were wondering what you were going to say.
Yeah, the boys too, like, So
I see. But then you guys are moving on to the next stage of the contest. What should we expect from you all?
Yeah, we are going to put in more effort, and then we'll come back better, and then the next show will be better.
They've advanced to the 1A stage of the national competition. Reporting for Joy News, I'm Jacqueline Ansamayabwa.
Now, the 2024 National Science and Maths Quiz is produced by Primetime Limited and sponsored by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with GOIL PLC and supported by Pepsodent, DuPay and Prudential Life Insurance Ghana. The broadcast of the 2024 National Science and Maths Quiz is on Joy News and is supported by NASCO, Vitamilk, Virtual Security Africa, Ace Medical Insurance, Build Financial Technologies, DBS Roofing, Synthes Tanks, Family Health Medical School, Chopbox Technologies, and Action Secondary Technical, Multimedia Institute of Ghana, DPS Pipes, and Wakanao. Kindly stay with us for business updates.
Let's settle for our business updates now. In our first story, energy expert Benjamin Insia has called on government to re-engage Sunon Asogli in a more transparent manner on the debt owed by the ECG. According to him, it is obvious the power distribution company may not be able to settle its $259 million debt to Sunon Asogli. Hence, the need for government to ensure its engagement with the IPP is built on trust. Mr. Insia spoke to Joy Business after the Sunon Asogli Power Limited announced the shutdown of its operations due to the inability of the ECG to pay its debt.
I think that if, as a country, based on our installed capacity of about 5,000 plus, our dependable of about 4,008, if 500 or is less than 600 megawatt is withdrawn from the power pool, I think that shouldn't have a problem on power distribution. There should be stable power because already we are producing excess power to supply households and firms. So sudden cutting off shouldn't be a problem. But the challenge is that the other infrastructure that are supposed to produce power are lying idle because some of them might not even have oil or liquid fuel to supply or to generate power, or maybe the thermal side is also not having the necessary natural gas, because in recent times, Ghana National Gas Company Limited, its operation at Twabo was not working. So because of that, it will have certain challenge with respect to security of power, that is availability of it, and also the supply of it in terms of the quality of supply of it to our various households and firms.
Let's focus on physical sustenance now. And the Ministry of Food and Agriculture says it is poised to provide farmers with inputs as part of this year's Farmers' Day celebration. This was after the ministry received some items and cash prizes from some corporate institutions for the celebration. Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture, Yao Frimpong-Ado, said the items were in support and would help drive home the need for more sustainable farming practices to reduce the impact of all incidents like the recent dry spell.
So today is the beginning. About 4 companies have come to present what they do, what they produce for agriculture in this country. And we've received all these items. We are going to distribute them to the farmers on Farmers' Day. And just to announce that we've picked a theme which is about climate smart agriculture. And the theme is around climate smart agriculture because we all know what has happened to our farmers in the north and part of the former Brong-Ahafo region. There has been a long spell of drought that destroyed a lot of farms. And if you are faced with this phenomenon of climate change and you don't adopt climate smart agriculture, then the future of your agriculture is gone and your people are going to suffer. So the team flows very well with what we are going to do this year. We are doing a lot of irrigation projects that would kind of forestall any future event of climate change that will affect our farming negatively.
And on that Farmers' Day note, we cap off the business updates, handing over back to MF Aditi.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. That's it for the AM News today. There's more on the show. News Review up next.